Rise and shine. This is my get ready with me and yapping and complaining about life. If you ask me like what have you been up to lately, I couldn't even answer because like I have not been up to anything. I've literally just okay, so for context, I was in Korea for 5 months for like a language program, and I came back like a month ago, and it's like I graduated like last summer. Now I have to like apply for university and stuff, which would start in August, but like I have to apply in 10 days. The application is over, so I need to get on my grind because I haven't started, because I want to apply for film. And in like arts degrees, you always have to, there's always like an audition process. I think it's pretty different depending on which degree you want. I basically came back and now I just have to apply for university, but my mom really wants me to get a job unemployed. I also turned 20 10 days ago, so I'm pretty fucking old all of a sudden, and I'm getting stressed about life, and I'm in my quarter life crisis, so it's a teenage dream. I'm not a teenager anymore. Hold on, that's crazy. So she's stressing me about like getting a job, which makes sense because like I don't have a salary, but like I live with her and everything, so I'm using up her money, is what she says. She's like, you have to get a job and then pay her rent and everything. So I guess I'm just a burden. Financial burden. I'm loving it. It's so confusing because all my life I've been like spoiled, I guess, where I like never had to work because I always went to school because I really like to go to school, and I was like academically more interested. Sorry, I forgot to show you. This is whatever this is, I don't know. I really like the shade. It's like a really pretty color. It has like glitter in it. It's Proud Pink cheek tint. I really like it. Anyway, all my life I've been like a little girl in our family dynamic because I'm like the youngest and I'm the only girl, and I have like 2 older brothers. So I've always been like the little girl and whatever. And I've always just been able to focus on like studying and being good at school. And now, all of a sudden, I turned, well, actually it was like ever since I turned basically like 16 or something, which I guess is the normal age of when you are considered to be grown up. I don't know, but it's so confusing because ever since then I've been getting like yelled at for being childish, which was like so weird to me because I'm like, wait, but I was just a child like 3 seconds ago, especially at like 15. I was like, hold on, but 3 seconds ago it was like preferred for me to act like a child, and I wasn't allowed to like wear makeup or paint my nail or something because it's like, oh, you're too young for this and too young for that. Basically too young for anything that would involve me making my own decisions. But like, sorry, this is probably like freaking some people out, but it's not really relevant because it's just glitter. It's basically no. This sucks, by the way. Packaging sucks. But I think it's a pretty cute shade. So everyone was like, especially because I'm the youngest, like, oh, you're just a little girl. Like whenever I tried to like argue about something with my brother, he'd be like, oh, you don't know anything about life, blah blah blah, which is like fair because like I haven't lived that long. But then at any other convenient time they would be like, you're so old now, you're not a little kid anymore, grow up. And it's like, wait, so what am I now? Am I like little or am I old? Like I don't get it. And it's been like really confusing in my overall life. For me to be like, where do I stand? Like, and I feel like 20 is not that old. Like, and my mom's like, you're grown up, like, cause like from the government, you're like, legal age is like 18, so you're grown up. Like grown up, basically. You can vote and everything at 18. She's like, you're not a little girl anymore, you're grown up now. And it's like, okay, but I've now at 20, I've been a grown up for 2 years. Obviously, I'm gonna like make mistakes and be stupid about things and be like still have like teenager, like my frontal lobes haven't even developed. Obviously, I'm gonna still be like stupid, like, huh? It's like I've been a grown up for 2 years. You've been a grown up for 40. Just to add one last thing, it's more like I was a child my entire life, and then the moment I turned 18, I was expected to be a full functioning adult. And like, it doesn't matter that I was 17 2 weeks ago. It's like, okay, but you're 18 now, so you've changed in the span of one day. You're now an adult, and I'm just expected to know how the world works and act like I've been an adult for the past 30 years. Like, why is it such a crime? That's my question. That is my question. Why is it such a crime to like not want to grow up? And then, because I've never been encouraged to. I feel like when you're a man, like even in the family, it's like okay for you to grow up. I feel like my brothers, they were really grown up at like the age of 14. Like they would do stuff that was like, I don't know, go out until 12 a.m. Go hang out with girls, like whatever. And for me, like I was never really allowed to grow up because I was like the little girl. I was the youngest of the family, and I was always considered like just a little girl, like without her own opinions and whatever. And since I'm really shy too, and I don't really speak that much, especially at family gatherings, I'm mostly just like quietly sitting there. Because I'm like really introverted and I like to just listen to other people and listen to what they're talking about. And then like, I also have nothing to contribute because they're talking about things that are like grown up things. As for context, my brother, the oldest one is 30 and the middle one is 25. And I'm 20, so we're like 5 years apart each. And I feel like even my 25-year-old brother feels like sometimes he can't contribute anything to the conversation because he's still like younger than my mother, who's like 30 years older than me, and my brother, so it's like, and the whole family who's like so much older than us. So obviously we don't feel like we can contribute anything. But then I get yelled at because she's like, oh, this is your family, you need to contribute, they are wondering about your life and like what you're up to. And one thing about me also is I hate questions because ever since I was like 15, I think, or 13, maybe even 12, I like don't really remember. Actually, all my life, fuck that. That's like just my character, I think. I've like stopped really telling my mother a lot of things. Like, I've always been really close with my mom, but like I've never really told her like deep things or anything, or like what I'm struggling with, or like my love problems, because I felt like she would always tell other people, like my family, like tell my brothers. Also, I love my mom, by the way. I'm just like ranting right now about problems. It's like with also all my friends that I've ever had in my life. I've never told anyone like everything about myself. Except maybe like 2 friends or something, but we're not friends anymore, so. I feel like every time I did, she would like tell other people, especially recently, because as I said, all my life I never really told her anything. And I always thought like when I get older, I probably will get closer with her because, I don't know, I feel like that's usually what it's like. Especially seeing my brother now, the oldest one, who's like now really close with her, even though they were always close, but like not like that close, So I had this one problem in my relationship and I told her about it. Not a relationship anymore, but whatever. I told her about it and I come back from Korea. This still happened in Korea, but like I come back from Korea and everyone knows about it. I don't know if everyone knew, but I know that my oldest brother knows. And for context with my brothers, I'm very close, but on like a surface level thing. I've never really ever told them anything, especially relationship related, because I feel like that's cringe and whatever. It's like, it's just not their business. And it's not any of my mom's business, it's my business, and whoever I'm dating's business. And then my friends, because I like to tell them. But even with my friends, I don't tell all of my friends everything. I usually have like, I tell this information to this friend, and this information to that friend, and this information to that friend. So I have like different friends, different people to go to with different problems, because they would get them. You know what I mean? Like not every friend gets my, I don't know, mental health issues as well as my relationship issues. And I've always been like that. So I'm not gonna lie about it, I kind of forgot what the moral of me telling you this was, to be honest. I don't know, I guess I'm just like struggling with finding my place in this society as like, especially a young person. I feel like you're in between phases. People tell you, oh, you're too young to worry about anything. You're still so young, live your life. Go find love, experiment, travel. But also when you're young is when you're the brokest. I'm broke as fuck. How would I travel? She said after coming back from Korea. But also, if I had the funds, immediately I would leave again. Immediately I would go back to Korea. I don't think you understand how much I hate it here. Now, I do understand that this is a great country, okay? I love Switzerland. It's great. We have great cheese, everything. Politics is good, depending on who you are, what your views are, but like I think it's pretty stable. It's like a stable country, it's very safe. You don't have to worry about a lot of things. It's a really rich country. I think it's like one of the best countries to live in or be from. But also, oh my gosh, this country is so stuck up. It's killing me. Like I already don't have a lot of friends here because all the people are snakes. I won't lie about it. The people here are so, like, they're so superficial. They want to be friends with, if you're at school, they're just friends with you because you're at the same school. A lot of them are just like acting nice, but then they talk shit behind your back. Like, I'm not gonna lie about it. And that's why I've always had like not a lot of friends, especially at school. I usually have like 1 to 2 friends. Oh. Yeah. And then I already didn't have a lot of friends because in Korea, I found the best friends ever. Oh my god. I found great friends. They're so nice. I love them to death. They were so fun, and like you can actually do stuff in Korea, You can go outside, you can go shopping, you can go to cute cafes. Here, in my city especially, there is one street with like all the stores on it. Like all the stores you would know, like, I don't know, H&M, Zara. Yeah, it's basically all we have. One street. And whenever you go to that street, you're gonna meet like 50 people from your past that you swore to never talk to again. So, anywho, so I never go to that street because like, I don't want to see those people. Hello. But anyway, and there's nothing to do. There's some cute cafes, but they're really small, and usually there's like no space for you to sit. And I'm just like not really a cafe person, I think, because I don't really like to be in public. In general, I guess I'm just like really introverted. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so I already don't have a lot of friends here. And then when I came back, all of my friends are away. They're like, my one friend is in Argentina, one of them was in the Philippines. That's all I got. No, my other friend is really busy because she's a like professional athlete and she works. So she has like 0 time. And she still always makes time for me, which I'm really grateful for. But like I know she cannot hang out a lot because like, she's really busy. And then my one best friend. Okay, we've been best friends since 2020. Okay, 2020, that was 5 years ago. She's the type of friend who, we were best friends through other people. It was just 4 people, like us, like a group of 4. And then those 2 left. And then it was just me and her. And then we were friends for like 2 years, I guess, just the two of us. And then we went to school together. It was horrible because the school was horrible, but it was just like partially our fault, but whatever. And she was in Italy when I came back. But then I come back, and at this point I've been gone for 5 months, okay? So I'm like, oh my god, we can hang out again. And she like, usually we would text every single day, because we're just like close like that. Like literally we would text every single day. I think there may have been like 3 days in total that we've gone without texting ever since like we met. Well, not ever since we met, but ever since we became really close friends. So this is those. I really like this one. Oh fuck, it's like colorgram, I assume. And your shade 03. Yeah, colorgram. It's really cute packaging too. It's from Korea. I'm actually done, but I'm just gonna keep yapping. Anywho, so right, there's not one day. Basically, we've gone without texting. Not in like an annoying way, but more in a way of like, you just kind of text whatever happens to you during the day, and then the other person does the same thing, but you're not really required to answer to any of the stuff that the other person said. It was more like a diary. Like you just write everything that happens to you during the day. Like, oh, I just missed my boss, it's so annoying. Or like, oh, I have to go to therapy now. Or like, I have to go to the dentist now. And then like just text funny things that happen to you during the day. It wasn't ever really like a pressuring thing, I think. Well, for me personally. Sometimes it got a bit much. Like when I was like in like not a good, I don't know, headspace, and I just wanted like some time to myself, and then, you know, she kept texting me. But because I'm never really required to answer, I never felt like stressed about it. I don't know how she felt, but anyway. And then I come back, and at this point she's like my best friend, and to be honest, I'm not okay right now. I'm not in a, well, I am okay right now. I don't know. I'm like not in a good, I'm in my flop era. Okay, I'm in my flop era. And she's like my best friend at this point. And I would like love to talk to her about my flop era at the moment. Because like, she also has been through a lot of flop eras. And we've kind of grown accustomed to like suffering together, if you know what I mean. So at this point, I come back from Korea after 5 months of having the time of my life, coming back to my old country where I have nothing to do. I don't have a job, I don't have a university to go to. I still have to apply, by the way. I'm not like accepted or anything, so there's no guarantee that I will even be able to go to the university in August. And I'm really like stressing, my mom is stressing me out, like, I don't know, nothing is going the way I wanted to. I'm like, just like rotting in bed. Like I haven't not really gone outside in like a month. So, I've met 2 times with friends. So, anyway, so I'm actually really struggling, and I was like hoping to talk to her, but then she would like not text me anymore. Like she wouldn't text me, and I was like, okay. So for like a moment, I like keep texting her, just like the random shit that happens to me during the day, and she wouldn't respond or like text me any of the stuff that happens during her day. So I was like, okay. So I like texted her less, and then I was like, are you okay? Because like sometimes, you know, when you go through a bad phase in your life and you're just like isolating, and I was like just making sure she's okay, because like I don't know, maybe she's going through a hard time, and or if she wants me to stop texting her, like I can do that, but she just has to tell me, you know, I don't want to be annoying. So I text her, I was like, are you okay? Or like, should I like not text you anymore? Like maybe you're going through something, I don't know. Okay. She's like, no, I'm okay. It's just like, I'm just chilling at home, so I don't really have anything to talk about. I was like, okay, that's fair, girl. Can't say anything about that. So I kept kind of like texting her less and less, because she never texted me like after this. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna also text her less so she doesn't feel like, I don't know, pressured or anything. And I don't want to feel like I'm a burden to her. You know, I'm already a financial burden to my mom. I love it, I love it. Anyway, so like 5 days go by or something, like a week. And I text her and I'm like, hey, I'm just making sure that I'm not crazy in this, but are you like going through something, or are you like friendship breaking up with me? You know, like you don't want to be friends with me anymore. Because after 5 days of not texting me, after we've gone through 5 years of texting each other every single day, girl, I'm gonna question it. I'm gonna question it. And I was right. Because then she answers, oh hey, I've been just giving it some thought and we don't really profit of each other's friendship or something like that. Like, we're not good for each other. Type of shit. And she's like, yeah, and I just like, I was gonna ghost you. Hello? She literally said, well, I don't know if it was literally, but, well, it was literally. She was like, yeah, I know, like, I was just ghosting you because I'm not really good with confrontation. I was like, hello? She was like, yeah, I was just gonna ghost you, but since you asked. And she was like, yeah, I just don't think we are like profiting off this friendship. And I've been thinking about it for a while. So yeah, I just don't know if we should be friends anymore. I was like, first of all, I started bawling my eyes out because I was actually already bawling my eyes out before that, and the day before that, and before that, because I'm going through a rough patch in my life. And I feel like she's kind of the only person I would talk to in these times, because, and my therapist, but more my friend than my therapist, because my friend knows more about my life at this point, or like, because I know, okay, you know when you're going through something and you're kind of too ashamed to talk to someone about it, because everyone else is like getting through life just fine, and you're struggling with like the simplest shit, and then you're getting embarrassed about it. That's me. So that's why I don't like to talk to people about things like that. Because also they can never really help you that well, and then it's just like, oh, she's struggling, but I can't do anything about it, and then you get stressed out about it. So, but with her, because she was going through similar things most of the time, I felt like I could always talk to her about anything, any struggles that I'm going through. Even though it's like, oh my god, I can't, like I'm too lazy to get up. Even that, you know, when usually tell people that, they think like you're ungrateful or something, or like just lazy. But with her, you know, she gets me. She gets me. Because she's gone through the same thing most of the time. And so, even though I guess the friendship was kind of based on that negative conversation, or conversations around those negative things, they never felt like it was in a way where it would weigh us down even more. And that's not only the only thing, we would also discuss our dreams for the future, because we both wanted to like move abroad and just like, I don't know, cope with the things that happen to us by like making funny jokes and stuff. And like, even before I left to Korea, she like gave me this book. It was actually quite a lot before I left for Korea, but not that much. I think it was like maybe 3 months before I left. She gave me like a book with like all of our memes that we created during the years, and like all the inside jokes we had. So you can imagine that I was super confused when, after 5 months of me not even being here physically, like we couldn't even hang out, I couldn't even influence her life that much, or like, in my mind, I feel like I couldn't have been too much for her as a friend, because I know I can get kind of like high energy sometimes, or like, I don't know, be weird and awkward and like crazy. But I felt like after 5 months of not even being here, how can I have been too much for her, you know? And except if it's during those 5 months that I wasn't here, that she noticed that her life was being so much better, that her life got so much better because I wasn't there. But then I feel like that's okay. But if you look into the future, I mean, before I left for Korea, we were at the same school, so we saw each other every single day for like a year straight. And I feel like after that year, we were never gonna go to school together again. So it's not like we would ever be this close, like physically even, to each other again. And even now, like she works currently, so and for like the next 4 years. So she was always gonna be like busy anyways during the week, and not right now, but like I was gonna be busy, I don't know, sometimes in the future. And so it was kind of obvious to me that we wouldn't ever be this close to each other anymore. So for me, I was so confused when she was like, oh yeah, just whatever, this friendship isn't good for us, when for me personally, I mean, she's entitled to her opinion, like she can totally have that. And maybe from her point of view, it's a completely different story. But this is just from my point of view, which is very confused. And not to be like, oh my god, I'm so great, like how can somebody hate me, or how can somebody not want to be friends with me? I think if you don't want to be friends with someone, you can totally say that. Especially me. I'm more appreciative if someone doesn't want to be friends with me anymore, if they just tell me that. So actually I appreciate her for telling me. What kills me though is that she was gonna just ghost me if I hadn't asked about it. Whatever, at least at last she still told me, but like, I don't know. I just want to say that I feel like it was so obvious that we were never going to be on this level of friendship anymore, that it was so confusing for me that she still felt like I was being too much, or I was going to be too much in the future, when the future wasn't going to be like the past. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. I'm going to change locations now because my legs are hurting from standing, so. Hi, just kidding. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here. I don't know if this is like sacrilegious. Okay, because I'm just gonna keep talking about this because like it's actually really weighing on my mind, and I think I have to like get it out somewhere. Even though I go to therapy literally every week, it's not enough. Like it's not enough. And another thing that I thought about was that maybe it's just because she's like 2 years older than me. I don't know. So I thought like maybe I just seem we're in like different stages of our lives or something. I don't know, cause like I mean she works, she lives alone in like her mom's apartment with, she's like roommates, and what I thought was, cause like right now she's living together with her boyfriend and one other roommate, so I don't know how much of her business I should air out here, but like I don't know, just for context. Maybe because she's like living with her boyfriend and she's like working now. I was still at school like in Korea. Maybe it's something like that, because I had a friend before when I was like 15, but she was my best friend like ever. Best friend ever. Like my first real like best friend. And when she got a boyfriend, well, we kind of fell apart. Because he was like her first boyfriend, or is still. So I was kind of like, maybe it has something to do with that. I don't know, because I've never met her boyfriend. I don't know anything about him. Well, except for like the things that she told me. I didn't really like him, to be honest, because I feel like as a best friend, I'm always inclined to not like the boyfriends of my best friends. Because as a girl best friend, I feel like my girl best friends, they tell me mostly like the negative things about their relationship, you know, to deal with them. If you have a girl best friend and they have a boyfriend, he's not my friend. Like, you're my friend, not him. Obviously, if we understand each other well or something, we can all be friends together, but like, you're my first friend, you know? That's what I mean, like, when you break up with him, I'm your friend, not his, and I'm gonna take your side. You know? I don't know. That was just one of my theories. Because now I have to think about it all the time and come up with theories, because I don't know what the problem is. Even though I get it, sometimes people just don't want you in their lives. But for me, it came so sudden that, like, I don't know. And it's especially confusing because I wasn't even in her life like that. Because I wasn't even here. So I don't know, I'm just confused about everything, I think. Also, wait, I thought that kind of hurt my feelings because it was like 1 week before my birthday and New Year's. So that was a great start in 2025. And I was already struggling, which like she didn't really know that much. She just knew that I really didn't want to come back, but she didn't really know that I was struggling. So, but she knew it was my birthday. And I mean, go her. Maybe now she's happy. So that's good for her, I guess. Me personally, I'm on the verge of death. Yeah. I think that's all. Obviously I'm still struggling, and I still have to get my shit together. My room's a mess, everything's a mess, my life is a mess, oh my god. And I just don't want to annoy my friends with any of this. Because they're like having their own lives, you know. She's really busy. The other one isn't even here, and she has her own problems. And then my third friend is like going through a breakup, so I guess he has his own problems too. It's like everyone's struggling, and I just don't want to be another, like, whatever, burden to them. Especially because I'm already a burden to my mom. Okay, but real quick, back to the mom thing. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like as a child, you were always told, oh, I love you so much no matter what. Obviously, she still loves me, but like, I love you so much no matter what. Like, you're doing so good if you're trying. And I feel like over the years, I've gotten really tired of everything. And trying became so much harder. Like, trying to do my best. And now I'm at a point where I'm barely getting out of bed. Like, dead ass. And so trying becomes even harder, and even when I try, the results are very minimal. Because I just don't have energy at all, ever. I just feel like I'm constantly getting yelled at. Because my mom is not happy with my current living situation. And now it's like she's picking on me for everything, you know. She's like, oh, you have to clean. And then I clean, and then she's like, you didn't clean good enough. Like, it's not clean enough, even though it's literally clean. Okay, my camera died. I'm just gonna like wrap this up real quick with like, I don't know, I just like cannot anymore. And I know a lot of people are probably like, oh, you could also just like make all this go away by just like finding a job and like applying for university, see if you can get in. But, and I get that, and I agree, but I just like don't know why it's so hard for me to do this. And obviously it's like a privilege for me to be like, oh my god, I'm so new to this at 20, blah blah blah, because there's a lot of people who have had to work and support their families ever since they were like literally children. And like, I know all this, but I don't know what it is. I can't tell you why it's so difficult for me. It's so weird. It's really weird. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna try to get start my project for university. I have 10 days, by the way, to complete my application projects and stuff, so. I thought I had a lot more time initially. I thought I had until like February, but I don't, so. Anyway, this is it for my rant/yap number 1. Maybe I'll be back. During this, I realized that I have so much drama to tell the world. Not even the world, but to tell the camera and then put somewhere for people who care to see. But yeah, bye!